Quickscoping, one of the most controversial subjects in Call of Duty history. Quickscoping has evolved over time due to changes in the game mechanics. For example, how did quickscoping go from this to this? In today's video, we'll be going over the how and the why of quickscoping, and how it's changed over time, and how the game mechanics have affected sniping and quickscoping in general. To understand the present and understand the future, we first must go into the past. First with Call of Duty 4. So Call of Duty 4 had some pretty balanced sniping in my opinion. So of course in this gameplay it's some TDM with me using the Barrett 50 cal. The Barrett 50 cal I can say is the best sniper rifle in the game in my opinion. But is it overpowered, you may ask? It is not in my opinion. For some reason, there's a few reasons why I don't regard it as overpowered. Number one, the base damage is the same as all the other sniper rifles, which is 70. The only thing that makes it Barrett more powerful than other guns, other sniper rifles in particular, is the multipliers. The multipliers increase bullet damage by hitting certain areas on the body. So for example, if you get a headshot, you'll get more damage than if you hit a limb shot like an arm shot or a leg shot. And that's fair in my opinion. It's not like the overpowered Black Ops 2 sniping that there is today, or the ghost sniping or the MW3 sniping, but I'll get into that later. So of course I'm using stopping power because without stopping power, the snipers aren't overpowered, they're just not that powerful. And that's the difference between overpowered and powerful, because sniper rifles, they need to be powerful to be effective. But being overpowered can be great game break. So in Call of Duty 4, and pretty much every Call of Duty until Black Ops 1, all the sniper rifles had 70 base damage. But the Barrett 50 cal is no exception. It has 70 base damage, but when combined with stopping power, it increases to 98 because stopping power increases bullet damage by 40%. And so that's basically adding a multiplier of 1.4. So in World at War, there's still the same stats for most snipers. Well, actually, all the snipers that are scoped. If you don't have a scope on your sniper, it brings your damage down to 50. Your base damage, actually, just add. But when you add a scope, a sniper scope, it brings it up to 70 again. So if you don't use a sniper scope, you definitely need stopping power. But really, when it comes to sniping in World at War, I think it's more balanced in COD 4 because, as you notice, I have a bunch of World at War gameplays, me using different snipers. You'll notice that they all pretty much function the same way. They all have about the same rate of fire, about the same degree of idle sway, same damage, pretty much same everything really. Just there are some differences in rate of fire, but those are negligible. I mean, most of the time it won't make very much of a difference. So, anyway, so here, yeah, I mean, World at War sniping was more balanced than COD 4 sniping in my opinion, because even though they basically coded for the same damage, same pretty much everything, is because there's less variety. When there's less variety in a Call of Duty game, especially, there's less of a chance for something to be overpowered. Because, for example, the MP40 is pretty overpowered in this game, and the reason why it has such a high damage is because it has such a low rate of fire and such high recoil, which could actually be quite different. Like, let's take the QPSH, low damage, low recoil, high rate of fire. You see, when you have more variety, things tend to be overpowered sometimes, which is exactly the case with other games with sniper rifles in them. So, for example, in World at War, all the sniper rifles did the same damage, they had the same multipliers, really everything. And in this game, fortunately, there was no option to increase aim down sight time. There was no option. Like, you couldn't just run a perk or an attachment that increases your ADS. And that's actually, in my opinion, a good thing, because even if they put something in here that says, oh, it doesn't apply to sniper rifle, it would still be overpowered because it encourages way too aggressive game. It encourages way too aggressive play style, and I don't really like that. So anyway, here's the Springfield. Springfield's pretty good. It's a decent sniper rifle. It's not my favorite. I actually prefer, my favorite bullet action in this game is the Kar 98K for some reason, and then my favorite overall sniper rifle is the PTRS, and I'll get into that later. There's a specific reasons for that. But in this game, you can do well with pretty much any sniper rifle. Like I know, it's all personal preference, and that's really what it should be. Sniping should be like it is in World of War. I mean, for Black Ops 1, it's really hard to quickscope. You rarely see people running around with sniper rifles, and it takes skill. But I believe they took it a little too far, and I'll go more into that later. But really, just World of War sniping, perfect in my opinion. And would I change anything about it? No, but I mean, sure, you had stopping power, made it as powerful as the sniper rifles of today. But stopping power, you had to give up something. You had to run that perk. You couldn't run overkill. You couldn't run juggernaut. You couldn't run camouflage. So you had to give something up. And in newer Call of Duty, you don't have to give anything up. You basically get integrated stopping power, which is pretty unfair. But I'll expand on that idea a little later when we get more into the BO2 Modern Warfare 3 gameplays. So anyway, here's the PTRS 41, and the reason why I say it's the best is not because it has the highest damage, but I believe it has the highest multipliers, because you seem to get the most one-hit kills with it. Also has the highest rate of fire and the lowest degree of idle sway. So what that means is you can fire more bullets out faster, and your scope doesn't sway as much when you're aiming down sights. But really, is it overpowered? No, because the rate of fire difference is really negligible again. And the idle sway difference is not that huge. It's really not that big of a deal. So honestly, yeah, so could I say the PTRS the best? Yeah, but still, it's balanced. Okay, so here's Modern Warfare 2. So here's where sniping kind of became a problem, because there's two perks. Well, actually, there's a few perks in this game that kind of make sniping a little OP. Well, I mean, not a little, a lot OP. So one of those Sleight of Hand Pro. Sleight of Hand Pro is just ridiculous. You put on a sniper rifle and aim down sights so fast. You don't even have a chance. And then you see stopping power. I mean, stopping power. I mean, it's okay. Okay, here's the problem with stopping power. I mean, in World of War is fine just because you could put Juggernaut to counter it, but there is no Juggernaut in this game, so probably because the snipers complained that they couldn't get one-hit kills enough in World of War and COD 4, so they took it out. And guess what? You really have no protection against quickscoping in this game. I mean, you really don't. That's the problem. So if you don't leave stop power in, you gotta put Juggernaut in and just counter that. But you're pretty much guaranteed a one-hit kill just because you have stop power. But I mean, Modern Warfare 2, quickscopers had it good, but too good. So when came Black Ops, the developers decided it was necessary to nerf sniping it. So as you can see, this isn't actually a gameplay. This is actually combat training, because I'm not trying to go for gameplays here. I'm just trying to give you guys examples here so I can put on in my video and show you exactly how quickscoping works. So in this game, well, in this game, Black Ops 1 in particular, the scope sways up to the right really rapidly once you scope in. And this is intended to make quickscoping a lot harder. And it does, because, I mean, if you want proof, I mean, you rarely see people sniping in public matches. See, I wouldn't snipe in public matches, so, I mean, that's why I came to combat training. Like, you don't even see people snipe normally, because they did remove stopping power, which, in my opinion, was an overall good thing. But it made the snipers overall weaker, since snipers rely on one-hit kills. Stopping power ensured more one-hit kills, and in this game, I mean, basically, if you don't kill in your first shot, a lot of times that's fatal. And sniper rifles are weak, and assault rifles are pretty good in this game, so you rarely saw anybody snipe, and you rarely saw anybody run around with a sniper rifle, and that was good. I prefer that over Modern Warfare 2 sniping, where people are just running around with Sleight of Hand Pro, quickscoping all day. I mean, I'd much prefer that over really, yeah, just much prefer this over that. Yeah, but quickscoping can be done in Black Ops 1. You just need skill, and that's what I feel like. A lot of quickscopers, they want to quickscope, but they don't want to take very much skill. And that's a problem, because quickscoping gives you a huge advantage, even though it can be difficult to do, and sometimes you're at a disadvantage at close range. Snipers do not lose damage over range. It's one of the few weapon classes to do that. LMGs used to be like that, but they nerfed those too. Maybe I can make a video on that. But sniper rifles pretty much are one of the only classes that don't lose damage over range, and that's huge. So, in Modern Warfare 3, quickscoping, those was a major change to sniper rifles, and this is where it starts to become overpowered, even more than MW2. Okay, not only are they're a quick draw, not only that, but it makes a return and it applies for sniper rifles, but the developers buffed the sniper rifle to give them 98 base damage, which basically means you get integrated stopping power. Now, there's a few problems with this. Number one, that makes snipers way OP, because when you give... None of the other weapon classes have the option to increase their damage. So basically, snipers get stopping power. They don't have to deal with Juggernaut. And all the other weapon classes, they don't have any option to increase their damage. So, I mean, quick ADS combined with high damage, very OP. I mean, you don't have to give up anything. I mean, in Modern Warfare 2, you would have to give up. You would have to give a cold-blooded to get, or something like that, to get stopping power. In this game, you don't have to give anything up. You can still have Assassin, Pro, or Quick Draw, or anything you want. You don't have to give anything up. I think that's completely unfair. I mean, snipers, they shouldn't have integrated stopping power in general. The base damage should be 70. ADS time should be slower. There should be no option to increase damage or increase ADS time. There really shouldn't, in order for the game to be balanced. I mean, just sometimes it feels like it's easier to use a sniper rifle than like a regular gun at close range. Sometimes it just does, just because of that. I think you run around with like it's a shotgun, and then that shouldn't be possible. I mean, not only is it unrealistic, but it's unbalanced, and I don't really know why the developers don't like that. They just cater too much to the Call of Duty sniper community. I don't know why, but they just do. Even though most people don't like quickscoping. Okay, now we're back to Black Ops 2. Black Ops 2 has very similar mechanics to Modern Warfare 3 and Call of Duty Ghosts, but I don't have any Call of Duty Ghost footage because, I mean, quickscoping isn't a huge deal in Ghosts. I mean, it just isn't, just because people are always blaming it on like low health, but it's not low health, it's actually lag comp. But that's a topic for another video. So how did quickscoping evolve from that to this? So in the year 2025, there are a lot of BS, like for example the shield. I mean, the fact that you can play it on the ground gives the player standing behind it a huge advantage. But also, those lag comp in this game that aids in this quickscope head glitching, and the fast ADS time, and the high damage. Those three things will really make this possible. So the ADS time, of course, it's obvious. Aids in quickscoping. Quickscopers love quick ADS time. Fortunately, there isn't a quick draw handle for snipers. That would completely break this game. But again, integrated stopping power for sniper rifle, completely OP. I mean, other weapons don't have a chance against you if you have a sniper rifle like this. And thirdly, the shield, not only does it give you a head glitch thing, but it makes the lag comp work in your favor. Because what I'm going to say like that is, if you, like, let's say you're crouching behind it and you see a guy across the map, you sit behind your shield, and then like when the guy's not expecting it, you pop up. Now when you pop up and your head's above the shield ready to shoot at that guy, on his screen you're not even above the shield yet, because of the lag comp, how the lag comp works, and how it favors people who are moving rather than people who are just standing still with their sights up. And so then you can take him out even before he sees your head pop out from the shield. That's the definition of OP in my opinion, because I believe you have an OP sniper rifle, you have OP shield. It's just definition of OP. But big question you might be asking is, how can we get rid of quickscoping in Call of Duty? It's simple fix. Like in Advanced Warfare, just make the ADS time like 1 second, about from there, slow it down way drastically, and also reduce the damage back to 70. So guys, I hope you enjoyed, and like and subscribe.